Eminem wasn't a superstar battler. It was Mook. Mook was the superstar battler. He's the first of his kind. Everybody kind of modeled themselves towards Mook.
Yeah.
Like, so that's the difference. In terms of being the best, no. That's what I say. He's the logo of it. I give him that. But in terms of being the best, no. I would still have to give it to Hollow and Clips, and I would still give it a look.
Right? Frogs, nigga! Yo, what's up, world? It's your boy Nas, the God. Hip Hop is real. You already know what it is. We got Norbes, one of the owners of URL. You know what I'm saying? He's giving us some of the best new artists that we've got in this culture. You know what I'm saying? As Norbs would say, all the new best artists we've ever seen in the culture and everything like that. Norbs, I want to start off by saying I appreciate you coming on the show, man. And this is one of our first ever, you know what I'm saying, FaceTime interviews, man. Yeah, Norbs, I think you've given us all our firsts for everything right now, Norbs. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. You know what I mean?
I want to just start off by saying, Norbs, you know what I mean? You done put a lot of people on in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen you live. I seen you going in. A lot of people talking about it. But one of the true things is you are responsible for a lot of people being in this game. You know what I'm saying? And even being successful in this game, you done gave a lot of, a lot of love. You done put a lot of people in position to win and things like that. Do you feel yourself that you don't get recognized for that? And do you feel like that's why sometimes you have to go off and remind people what you're doing in the culture? Or, you know what I mean? Sometimes do you just feel like when you do go in on your lives and, you do what you do as a blogger, you just have to set the record straight for people?
Honestly, like, I feel like regardless of what I do, it's always going to be overlooked. Whether it's because people don't like me, or they don't like my skin color, or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So, and people might say, "No, if you're bugging or whatever," but it's the truth. I feel like being the fact that I'm Latino, I've been I've been overlooked for a lot of things, and a lot of people may not admit that, but it's the truth. A lot of Latinos in hip hop, period, feel like they've been overlooked. A lot. I seen somebody write a quote. What was it, like the other day, and it said, to me, it's one of the most offensive quotes ever. I forgot what rapper said it. And he said, Christopher Wallace is the only Christopher I acknowledge. And it's like, how about Christopher Rios? Why was that overlooked? Nobody wants to talk about that. And I feel like there is you know, a hate towards Latinos in hip hop. Like, we always get overlooked. We never get brought to the forefront when we were there from the beginning. You know what I mean? From the DJs to whatever it is. And I feel like that plays a large part in a lot of what people say about me. And I will always feel like that. I remember one time Beasley hit me and he asked me, he's like, "You really feel like that?" And I said, "Yeah." I mean, if you think about it, how many Latino artists have really gotten a shot in hip hop? People are gonna be like, "Oh, they had fun." Yeah. But how many African American artists aren't even good and continue to get shots and signed? But when it comes to our people, it seems like we don't. So to me,
So,
it's like,
no, go
yeah.
ahead.
To me, it's like I think that plays a large part in it. Um, and people may say, "Nah, you're bugging," but it's true. There's a lot of, uh, people. A lot of people do still hold, um, not grudges. What's the word? They stereotype, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. That's how I'm always gonna feel. Also, the part that I'm one of the bosses. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that got to tell people they're not good enough. So not everything that I say people can agree with. But I think it plays a lot to do with that, and the fact that I'm also, I speak my mind. I don't really bite my tongue. I say what I want. Um, and sometimes people don't like that, but I definitely feel like a lot of it has to play with a lot of it. Being Latino has a large part to do with it, and like you can say, "Nah, you're bugging." Then why don't people fuck with Cortez as much?
I'm saying Cortez is popping right now. Cortez is out here fucking the
Yeah, but
game up.
does he get the respect he deserves?
Yes, I think Cortez
Let's say
is getting.
Cortez. Name a top 10 right now all over the country, and nobody's gonna mention Cortez. People,
I disagree,
Cortez,
Norbs.
Cortez's first Summer Madness was Summer Madness 6, and it was a surprise battle.
Okay.
Saying like, how many times is Cortez overlooked? Maybe through to you not, but speak to the masses. A lot of the people overlook Cortez. You know what I'm saying? Like it's whack and it's corny, but it's always been something to me like that. If you ask Cortez, you know what I mean? He'll say a lot of people won't bring up this issue because there's gonna be a lot of um, you know, people gonna be like you're bugging, but this is how we feel as people. This is what a lot of Latinos feel in hip hop that were
Mm.
overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I never really looked at it from that perspective. Do you think, because a lot of times, just talking about Cortez right now, do you think maybe that has to do with him kind of being in the underdog situation and him
but why
quoting
is he an
it and
underdog?
saying it?
Why is Cortez an underdog? Think about it.
Mm.
Why? Outside of the fact that he's Latino. Give me one reason why is Cortez looked at as an underdog.
I
Did he
guess
not? Did he not stand toe to toe with Hitman and possibly beat Hitman? And arguably one of the best battles of all time.
yeah.
Has he not stood in front of everybody? So how is Cortez continue to be looked at as an underdog? Did he not 3-0 Big K? Did he not 3-0 Disaster? Did he not? Did he not 3-0 Hallahan? Cortez arguably has the most bodies in battle rap.
Mm.
But why is he overlooked? Why would we look at him as an underdog?
Mm. No, that's actually a good point. Um, it's hard to really look at it like it's a Spanish thing. You know what I'm saying?
Because
Because Spanish
people don't.
people are accepted with black people. It's not like it's a whole separation and things like that. You know what I mean? We go through a lot of the same similar struggles. We looked at as
We
you
do,
know
but
what I
that
mean?
doesn't necessarily mean we're looked at as equals either. It's a difference,
Mm,
especially in hip hop. You could say we're accepted, but are we looked at as equals in certain things? I don't believe so. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And a lot of Latinos will never say that, but we're always overlooked or underplayed, or you know what I mean. That's just what it is.
mm,
I mean, it's a touchy subject. A lot of people are gonna give me backlash for what I'm saying, but that's the truth. Speak to when you get a chance. Just look for Latino artists and
yeah,
ask them how they feel. They're gonna tell you the same thing.
that's
They're
that.
gonna,
That's
why isn't Logic getting a shot from Boston? Emilio Rojas. There's a lot of guys that don't get a look.
mm.
You know what I mean? Thank God we finally got what's his name from Atlanta. What's his name? I'm a big fan of him too.
Loso.
The Mexican kid. He's a rapper.
Mm.
Um, I forgot his name, but he got that song "Girlfriend" that's fire. I think that might be the first Latino I've seen on the freshman cover. I could be wrong.
Oh, you talking about like actually in hip hop?
Yeah, I'm talking about hip hop in general. I don't even
Yeah.
separate battle rap and hip hop.
Okay. Okay.
Always overlooked. Don't ask me.
Hold on, Norbs, you're cutting off a little bit. I can't hear him.
Oh, you hear me now? My fault. I cut
Okay,
the
I
door.
hear you now. I hear you now.
I should just ask. Just ask. Just don't ask me. Ask these guys. But I think that has a large part in it. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I'm gonna definitely have to check that out. I mean, that definitely is a conversation that needs to be had. Latino artists in battle rap and in hip hop in general. You know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like though there's a lot of Spanish dudes that are putting it in. You know what I mean? Putting that work in. You see guys like Jims. You see guys like Jay Murder. Uh, you know, this is Loso. Uh, uh, what's his name?
The fact
Court.
that you're struggling to name anybody
No, no, no.
in the
It's
upper hold
certain
on.
people I
The
got in my
fact the
head.
fact the fact that you're struggling to name anybody in the upper echelon levels of what's considered battle rap
It's
is
Mula.
very difficult. It's very sad. It's very sad.
Mm. Um. So how about that? You saying Spanish people don't get their props and things like that? Do you think it's easier for white battlers to get on than it is Spanish, and for them to get their respect?
I
Hold
definitely
on, I can't hear you. Go ahead.
I said yeah, definitely
Okay.
believe so. You know what I mean? When you
White.
see a white boy go off like Joe, people are going crazy. They go
Mm,
crazy. There's a big white, following with it. People want to see that. Race plays a major part in a lot of stuff in battle rap that people don't realize. It really does. Like even the disaster math situation. You know what I'm saying? That was a
Mm-hmm.
situation that when Math did what he did, it was not that it was right or anything, but he was shunned. He was shunned about. Everything was like whatever. But when the thing happened, disaster with Math, it made TMZ.
Yeah.
It was kind of glorified. You know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of um, it was kind of it was glorified. It was crazy. Like I was like, damn, this is nuts. Especially happening damn near a year apart from each other. Right? So like it's a difference when you see it. You know what I'm saying? You see how people react. Good for Matt.
Mm.
I get a lot of that. People cheering in the crowd. Matt jump. Crazy.
Um. All right. So saying that, right? Do you feel like then the Latino support isn't enough in the battle rap, and that's probably why the success ain't there? Maybe the support and the people, more Spanish people's not into the culture as they should be.
I bet. No, I believe there's a lot of Spanish people that are into the culture, but again, we're not looked at, and we're always overlooked because you got whites, black, but not overlooked. That's just being honest. The fact that you call Cortez an underdog is overlooking Cortez. How?
I feel like because he looked at himself as an underdog. You know what I'm saying? It don't
But
matter if I'm
that's
top tier, as long as you pay me that top tier money within the slogan, certain things. You know what I mean? He's kind of put himself in that situation where he was looked at as an underdog in
he
a
never
sense.
put him.
You know
Cortez
what I'm saying?
never wanted to be looked at like that. He was put in that position.
Okay.
Cortez, and the reason Cortez is still great at what he does is because of what he feels people view him as. That's why Cortez is probably the most consistent battle rapper since the beginning of
Mm.
the facts. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen Cortez really get bodied?
Nah, Cortez is always catching bodies, on his shit. And
And
he probably had one of the best years, the last 2 years in battle rap.
it's still underplayed. But
Mm.
it happens, man.
No, I wanted to kind of get into this situation with Hollow the Don and Math. It was something that was going on. You seen a lot of things going about loyalty, and I wanted to ask you, aren't you or at one time was an official NYB member?
Well, I was managing the group and I was managing math and like it was, when we first all got together, it was basically straight the numbers and everybody had their own thing. Hollow was doing his LOM thing and Cortez had Murder Ave, Chambers had the whole Coney Island movement, Hands just actually Chambers bringing hands, so it was more of we all coming together and whatever. So when I seen the whole fallout, like I heard Mav's points, I understood more Mav's points. You know what I mean? That it was crazy, whole situation with the disaster shit, and throughout the years and throughout the time, people got to understand like everybody established their own relationship. Hollow, like I was there when Hollow and Disaster got into it. When Hollow approached Diz, I was there. Math was there.
Okay.
Like, this was like 9 years ago, maybe something like that. You know what I mean? Like it was like we got an issue, whatever. And then through those 9 years, people are gonna friend other people. Relationships are gonna change. So to me, it's a very confusing situation because it's like, yeah, Hollow is Math's man, and I understand 100% why Math feels away because Hollow took a picture with this. But at the same time, it's kind of like it comes a time when you grow relationships, and sometimes nobody expected this to do that to Math, so everybody was friends. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Hollow had his own relationship with Disaster. Everybody, you know what I mean, and it's just a situation where you're kind of caught in the middle. You know what I mean? And it's a fucked up situation. Not to mention, as you get older, you become an adult. You're having kids. You're starting a family. You know what I mean? And it's difficult to tell another man how. Not saying that Math told him that, but it's very difficult to turn down opportunities when you got to feed your family.
Mm.
So I understand everybody's aspect in this situation, but at the same time, it's like we're all grown. It becomes a time where it's like, you know, either shoot the family or let it go. In a sense. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to help anybody. It's only going to you're doing it. So I heard the interview with Hollow Well, I didn't hear the whole interview. I heard a piece of the interview, and I called Hollow, and I was like, "Yo, why'd you do it?" And Hollow basically was kind of like, I wanted to talk to him, and I felt like I couldn't get him on the phone. I don't want to switch up his words, but that's I think how Hollow felt.
Yeah.
So he said, he called him a few times, he wouldn't answer the phone, and I told him it was a mistake to take it on a platform where it's public because now you're not really truly saying how you feel. You're saying it's more about bravado, and I feel like dealing with a prideful person like Math, you know, it's not gonna work. Like I said, like I know Hollow genuinely feels for the situation, but he got a kid. What I mean? He got his own life he got to do, and like I said, people were hurt on both sides, but it's a tough situation to be in. Like even that movie, I'm in the movie. I made a cameo in the movie.
Mm.
But that's a disaster actually worked that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's a situation like that man's my man. So it's kind of weird. Like I was like, damn, because the producers actually called me about it. So I kind of like I knew this was a part of the movie. You know what I mean? And they reached out. The production company reached out. It was kind of like it's a situation where damn like do I go get this money, do whatever, and it's a situation was like it's a tough situation to be in, bro. Like it really is. You know what I'm saying? When you trying to do what you do. And I just wish both them niggas was right, get it
Mm.
over. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I can't blame Matt for how he feels. You know what I'm saying?
Um, it seems like NYB has never been the same after the Math Hoffa versus Calico. Like, when in your opinion did NYB like start to fall apart? Was there already like internal issue before the disaster Math Hoffa incident,
I
or
don't
is that what started everything?
I don't necessarily think it was ever an internal issue. It was growth.
Okay.
Everybody was growing. Chambers was growing. He didn't want to be under something. He was his own entity. And when we came in, we were all our own entities in the situation. And as you grow, your focus becomes more about what you're growing than the group. You know what I'm saying? And Apollo had his own. He was getting big. Cortez always had his own thing. I think it just outgrew the situation of NYB. And again, like NYB is something mass created. You know what I mean? So everybody kind of just outgrew the situation. Age. I mean, like, all right, man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna focus on that. Nobody's talking to each other. We had a music situation that didn't work out. You know what I mean? So now we're doing it. We're here. I'm out here. Hollows in fucking Florida. Cortez is in Texas. You know what I mean? Chambers is on every club in the city.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of living their own life, and eventually you outgrow what you started and what you actually had your energy in is now surpassed being contained in the group. And it was never about you know uh, using NYB. NYB was a movement, but everybody's movements kind of outgrew that situation. And sometimes you don't got the time.
Okay.
It's like Wu Tang. You had all of them, but Method Man still reps Wu Tang.
Mm-hmm.
But Method Man, you know what I'm saying? He got his own shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Ghostface, Raekwon, they all had their own shit, and they kind of outgrew them situations. So to have another Wu Tang album or anything like that, it's difficult.
Okay. Okay.
I believe everybody still got love for each other. You know what I mean? But you grow out of situations sometimes. You know what I mean? If Mav told me today he needed a favor, I'm gonna be there for him. Hollow called me. I still speak to everybody.
Okay.
Even like we got this movie popping off of Chambers before the battle. I mean, Chambers reached out like, "Yo, bro, I need your part of this." Shit. So it's always something. If I got something for Chambers, yo, I got something. It's still love. You know what I'm saying? But everybody has their own situations that have grown bigger than what we started.
Um, like, how is this affecting everybody else's relationship? The fact that you guys kind of are in the middle of it. I know you say you cool with everybody, but it seems like is everybody cool with everybody, and it's just them two.
What do you mean disaster map? I mean, like I said, like it's a weird situation
Yeah.
because like I said, like we started here and now we're here. So within those years, everybody established their own relationship. Even before the math punch and before disaster math fight, me and disaster had a relationship. We was mad cool.
Okay.
Cortez was mad cool with disaster. So was Hollow. So now you cool with this nigga, you cool with this nigga, and now that shit happens. It's like, oh, this is crazy. It's not like a nigga that you didn't know sparked the situation. It's two dudes that we all really know well over time.
Mm,
Now got into it, so it puts everybody to choose sides in a sense.
damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like nobody knew disaster or Cortez or didn't know disaster or Holler no disaster. And he just randomly did that to Math. They all knew each other. They were all in a house at one point together. Math had his arm around the nigga. Math, I was there with him and Math joking. So it's a fucking bugged out situation. It's not a random situation. Everybody knows each other. So when that shit happens, it's like, damn, what do you do? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
On the night it happened, disaster reached out to me.
yeah. Okay, okay.
He
That's what I was
he
gonna
called me
ask.
a few times, and I'm not gonna front. I dubbed him. Like, I was like, bro, I don't even know what to tell you on that. That shit was fucked up.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? A disaster felt the way about it. You know what I'm saying? But as time grew, it was just like, damn, like, like even when I spoke to him, he basically told me like he didn't want that to happen. Like he basically was like, I didn't want that to happen. This is what it was, and whatever, whatever. And I was just like, bro, like, I'm in a fucked up situation. This is my man. You know what I mean? Like, y'all niggas square up. So I don't know what conversation I had after that. I know Matt said he wanted a fair one. He didn't want to do it. I seen the interview. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even. You know what I mean, I've never after that. After me and Dust had that initial talk, we never spoke on that. Like, I never was like, you know what? That's like y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I don't even know how to approach that situation. It's a very touchy situation. You know what I mean? Like it's not a it's a person that we all. It's two people. Like I started with Math. I also built relationships with other rappers within the battle community, including Disaster. So it's a situation. I was like, man, I just want the niggas to square off and fight. Like, fuck it. And I think that's how everybody feels. That's how Cortez feels. Because Cortez still has a relationship with Disaster. We're all gonna run into each other regardless.
yeah.
So
That,
it's one of those situations where it's like, what the fuck do you do?
like, what kind of reignited everything again was Hollow battling disaster a couple months ago and everything like that. And do you feel like, and people feeling like, yo, you should have called Math and set something up so they could talk and everything like that? Do you feel like Hollow was wrong in the way he took the approach by not really letting nobody know, making it a surprise and things like that? I'm sorry, no, I can't hear you.
I said for one, Hollow had to sign a contract basically letting them know like he couldn't speak on it. And
Okay.
I understood why it was a surprise battle. Organic had to protect the event. You know what I mean? You can't have 40 niggas showing up to kill this dude. Like, you're trying to avoid type of shit like that. So the fact that disaster came to Boston, you know what I mean? I understand like why as a league. Now imagine you're putting all that pressure on Hollow. You just signed a contract for money for this battle. Now let's say they put in the contract, yo, if anything were to pop off, Matt would show up, you're not getting your purse. It's in the contract. You don't know what was in Hollow's contract. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
And it's a fucked up situation. It's like, not to mention, like I said, Hollow's established a relationship with Disaster, especially being in the movie Body and over time. So it's like one of the situations like, you know, what do I do? It's a fucked up situation to be in.
mm,
You know what I mean? Do I understand why Matt feels away? Yeah, but he also didn't speak to Matt from that point for a while, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
Or on speaking terms. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Like it's it's just one of them things, man. That it's just I just wish they would just get in the ring and just duke it out.
So, so just from the business aspect, is Hollow battling disaster not loyal in a sense? You know what I'm saying? The fact that that is your man and things like that, does it cause a level of, okay, I don't believe the loyalty is there in a sense. You more loyalty to the business as opposed to the friendship or the relationship.
If Hollow the Don wasn't able to make a dollar off of battle rap, who's gonna take care of him? Who's gonna
Okay.
take care of his kids?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta look out for number one, and number one's not even Math or Hollow. It's fun.
Yeah. So it's okay. Yeah.
At the end of the day, you gotta make the best decision that's based for your family. Because at the end of the day, you know, Math's not gonna feed Hollow's family, Hollow's not gonna feed Math's family. So it's one of those situations where it's like I got to get the chicken, and I don't think Math wants to stop him from getting money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those situations where it's like you know you got to do what's best for your family, and
Oh, so
I don't think him got that chicken.
do you believe there's loyalty in business? Period.
No, I don't think there's no loyalty in business.
Mm.
No, especially I mean, like I said, like contracts is the only form of loyalty you're ever gonna get. You got to respect the contract.
Oh, contract.
Yeah, so it's like look at the dude that stole McDonald's from the owners. You know what I'm saying? They created the idea. They ran. They wanted to keep it a certain way. He
Hmm.
took their idea, ran it, branded it, did everything to it, and then sold them out for $1 million, $1.4 million. $1 billion industry gave them niggas $1.4 million, and actually, this the niggas when they had a handshake deal. That's loyalty right there. Look, a handshake deal. We get 1% every year. Where was the loyalty on that? Nigga turned.
Mm.
I was like, fuck them niggas. 1%. He could have gave him that shit. He didn't get it.
Yeah.
So I think people respect his money.
Damn.
And there ain't no loyalty in business. You know what I'm saying?
Um,
What it is.
if you were in a hollow situation, would you have done things differently?
I can't speak with two different people. Like I said, I'm not in that situation. It's a lot easier to say what you would do in your situation.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Hollow got a kid. I don't got no kids yet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
And at the end of the day, he got to look at that dude. He got to look at that little man and be like, damn, I got to put shoes on him. I got to put money away for college. I got to feed him. You know what I'm saying? I can't put myself in a situation because I don't know exactly what went down.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, it's like, you know, you got to do what's best. Math's going to do what's best for math. Math.
Mm.
I mean, so
So
everybody can say what they would do until they're in that situation.
in this new generation, you know what I'm saying, where like you said, a lot of things is about money. Do you feel like loyalty over money is dead? Is a dead thing, like where people no longer are loyal to just but they are just more loyal to the money?
It's on a individual by individual basis. Like
Okay.
I'm loyal to Smack and Beasley and Chico for the longest. We all been loyal to each other. But whatever money we make, we split it. You know what I'm saying?
So
That's
somebody else
loyal.
came to give you that check, Norbs, and said, "Yo, come with us, man. Leave Smack and Beasley and them. We going and they dangled a crazy big check in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man. Like I'm gonna keep it 100, man. Like you don't know when your situation changes. If you got a family or whatever. But at the end of the day, if I get a big payday, my brothers is gonna get the same payday. Like
Okay.
I'm always gonna be there for Smack, Beasley, and Chico. Niggas give me $1 million, I'm splitting that shit 4 ways.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? They've given me the opportunity. We've been in the situation fighting in the foxhole with each other for almost 9, 10 years. So if I get a situation, my brothers get a situation. No,
Nah.
I don't even have no whatever. I mean, like, and it's not saying I wouldn't take a situation, but my brothers is gonna eat off my situation. Saying it ain't no, yo, come fuck with this battle thing. We going nah, it ain't that. That's not gonna happen.
Hmm.
So,
Um.
it's on an individual based situation.
Okay. Okay. When you look back at the whole math hollow and hollow situation, who's right, who's wrong in the situation or overall?
There is no right or wrong in that situation. Everything can be viewed different from a different angle. You know what I'm saying? Just because you feel like you're right on this angle, if I'm looking at it from this perspective, then it's right. If I'm looking at it from this perspective, it's right. If I look at it from this perspective, it's right.
Okay.
So there's never gonna be whatever. It's just gonna be what you stand for and what you believe and what you believe is right. Not everybody believes the same thing. So
Hmm.
it's one of them things like whatever you value most is what's gonna lead you to your answer. So to me,
Hmm.
I don't know who's right.
Cause
Is it wrong for Hollow to turn down money and an opportunity to get into Hollywood?
some
Is it
people
wrong? Is it wrong for Mav to feel the way that he took that opportunity? There's a lot of different perspectives in that situation.
some people could say Mav, he should have never dropped the diss song on Sway. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Do you think it becoming public was wrong on their end, or you know what I mean? It's just they're public figures now. things kind of spill over.
I definitely think that could have just stood behind closed doors. But sometimes the best form of reaching out to somebody is to put it out there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like it should have been handled behind closed doors, but it wasn't. That's what he felt was right at the moment, and that's what he went with. Me personally, I would have just handled it behind closed doors because nobody really needs to know that they had an issue. But at the same time, as like being a public figure, you know how many people probably sent that picture to Smack, to Math.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's going to be public regardless. We don't really have private lives.
Yeah. Um, One thing I wanted to kind of get into after this subject, man, I wanted to talk about just I wanted to actually talk about Cortez, man. Just his recent work and everything that he's actually been doing. How is it just seeing one of the dudes that you also part of the team with, and like you said, he's one of your Latino brothers, and just how you like seeing his progression over the years, and how he's been able to take certain things people may have said been a negative, but he's been able to flip it, and what he's been doing in the culture right now. My bad, Nobs, I can't hear you.
I said, forget the culture. What he's doing, period. Like, Cortez, since I met him, is one of the most hardest working people I've ever met. From music, he goes as hard with his music. There's not, there's not too many people that I feel like can balance that the way Cortez is balancing. So, like, I'm happy for him, man. I'm proud of him. I cheer him on. I hope, you know, he gets everything he ever wished, he dreamed of. Um, you gotta respect that nigga. I don't know anybody that works harder than Cortez, to be honest with you. But like, you
Hmm.
really do gotta respect that shit, especially with all the obstacles Cortez has had to face being a Latino in hip hop, and still continue to do it without being turned off by the industry. That's amazing. Incredible.
So what do you think about him actually going to battle Head Ice on a rematch? You know what I'm saying? He battled Head Ice years ago, I believe, on Lions Den, and now he's going to battle him for the chain and everything like that. How do you see that battle? What do you think about that? You know what I'm saying?
You know
You
what's the
got it.
crazy? Let me give a backstory on that battle.
Okay.
I actually set that battle up for Lions Den. A lot of people don't know that.
You set up
Local
Head Ice versus Cortez on Lions Den. That's crazy.
facts. Swear to God, I remember Loaded Lux calls me. I was doing like blue collar TV. I was going to the battle scene, and me and Cortez was cool. So Lux is like, beloved, let me talk to you. So he's picking my brain for like an hour. So I'm helping Lux put the card together. Now, mind you, I didn't even know I was really helping the nigga put the card together. But he was like, yo, I like that. I told him, I gave him the Tech 9 versus Goods. Um, or he's like, oh, who you think for Ice? At that point, Ice was looked at as like, you know, a fucking
Untouchable.
unbeatable.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, how about Clips or whatever? And I'm like, nah, I was like, yo, why not give Cortez a shot? And I swear to you, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Loaded Lux broke down laughing. You think he can fuck with Ice? He's laughing. And I was like, yo, honestly, Cortez is gonna beat Ice. He's like, yo, Norbs, you bugging her? And so he's like, he's laughing. He's like, there's no way. And I'm like, Lux, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Cortez is gonna beat Lux. I mean,
Head Ice.
Ice. It's gonna be a great battle, and he's gonna beat him. He was like, yo, whatever. Now, like I said, at that time, Ice is looked at as fucking bulletproof. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna think on it. I'm gonna think on it. Boom, he calls me back maybe like a week later. Cortez hits me like, yo, I was like, yo, I told the nigga to set up the battle. He started laughing. The fuck sets up the battle with Ice.
Mm.
Cortez was amped. He was like, yo, I'm about to smoke this nigga. You know what I mean? We get there and shit like that. Y'all don't know what happened. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I thought Cortez won. I thought Ice is fourth. When they went a fourth round, if I'm not mistaken, in like overtime.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Cortez, Ice beat you in the last round. Like, he beat you in the last round. You know what I'm saying? You should have never let it get to that. Or you know what I mean? You should have never whatever.
And it was voted too. Like they had votes and everything.
Yeah, it was like Rakim and fucking KRS One and there was somebody else I don't remember. And
Yeah.
Raekwon. I remember I remember being in the building and when they announced the winner, I
Like,
just remember like all the Murder Ave and everybody like, what the fuck? Like I was like, oh, they about to shoot this motherfucker up. Like
Yeah.
shit.
So you felt like they stole that one from Cortez?
Um, honestly, I thought Cortez won the battle in 3 rounds. So to me, I was like, yo, Core won. But like I told Core, he beat you in overtime. So
Okay.
it's like one of those situations like I don't think it should have went into overtime. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I gave Ice the overtime. So it's kind of like I would have never let it get to overtime because I thought Core won. I thought he won convincingly. But once I think Ice seen that, oh shit, this nigga's not playing, I'm about to hit him with some fire shit. That's when Ice hit him with that fourth. And at that point, it's like, yo, Ice beat him. So it's kind
Hmm.
of one of those situations they kind of both won, but it should not. To me, it should not went to the overtime.
For the rematch, man. They both are a lot more seasoned. They both big figures in the game and everything. How do you see this battle going down? Who you got winning if you know what I mean, on the rematch?
Um, man, that's tough, man. Um, yeah, me personally, like, I think Ice. Whenever you doubt Ice, like I thought Big K was gonna smoke Ice. So when I watched that battle, I thought Big K won, but I thought Ice was better.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I thought Ice was going. I thought Big K was gonna win, but I thought Ice was incredible in that battle, and when he
Okay,
beat you,
okay.
he beat completely wrong. So it's like whenever you doubt Ice, Ice shows you another side of him. You can never doubt Ice, and the fact that they really love him out there, and the fact that maybe deep down inside, Ice might have thought he lost that battle in the Lions. Then I think you're gonna see the best Ice period that you've ever seen, and that's gonna be a lot to overcome with
Mm,
Cortez. So my heart tells me Cortez, but my mind is telling me Ice.
damn.
I'm just keep it real.
Um, this is going to be a real hard battle for Cortez, but he seems like I got a chance to speak to him. He seems like super motivated, like
Absolutely. I mean, that loss is 9 years. Marinating. Really, really.
fix the audio a little bit for me, Nose.
Oh, my fault, my fault. 'Cause I'm driving now.
Nah,
I
that's
said,
all good.
that loss has been marinating with Cortez and eating him alive for years. That's about 10 years in the making. So I
Mm,
expect Cortez to be on a million, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't see Ice giving up that. Ice is a very competitive individual, so Ice ain't gonna give it up without a fight. So, like I said, my heart tells me Cortez, my mind tells me Ice.
mm. What's your thoughts on Sue Surf situation, and when was the last time you heard from him? And yeah, man, what's going on with Surf, man? Everybody asking about what's going on with the wave.
You know what's crazy, man? Like, I'm not at liberty to really speak much about it. I mean, 'cause at the end of the day, I don't have all the details and shit. He's in a situation that we should all be praying right now. Praying that he's fine and whoever was involved in the situation is fine. And it's one of those things I really don't know. It's very it's sad. You know what I mean? Anytime you got a brother incarcerated, and like I said, I don't really know the situation. It's just not a good thing. All you can do is just pray for the best in the situation. You know what I mean? I,
Um,
and like I wish Surf the best. That's my little brother. I really don't know what went on. I know as much as anybody else when it comes to speculation. So to me, I pray for him, his family, his daughter, his mother. Hope everything's good. Like, but other than that, I really don't know much about the situation.
um, I know, like this year he probably definitely had some big things lined up and everything like that with URL. How hard is it like sometimes for URL to just move forward? You know what I'm saying? When you got major guys like Sue Surf, you know what I mean? You can't put them in certain events, and you got major events. How hard is it like? Does it go into making those decisions to actually move forward and things like that? How much does it affect the URL and battle rap?
At the end of the day, life is bigger than battle rap. So we want these guys to do the best, to to do the best for their life as opposed to battle rap. So that's the first thing we always take into consideration. Secondly, it's like we got a lot of these guys getting legal issues and stuff like that. They really have to you know be a little more careful with things like that. We just gotta just move forward, man. Like you really you know it's tough, because at the end of the day, you wanna think selfishly. This is what you need, but at the same time, you gotta worry about a man's family. So like, all we can do is just continue to work and continue to do what URL does, and hope that hope that these guys make better decisions, or stay out of trouble in a sense. That's it. That's all you can really do is hope, pray for them.
Nah, real talk, man. Because there's a lot of guys, like even Dot, Adi Boom. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys get into legal situations. Some may say that is because battle rap's not providing enough support financially for these guys. What do you say to that?
I mean, battle rap is not the end all. It's not the NBA. For people to think that me and Smack, Beasley, and Chico have to um yeah, these guys. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, do, do you guys care when an NFL athlete gets released and he has nowhere to go? Why
Mm,
is they say anything about the NFL owner? These guys are billionaires. We're not billionaires. You know what I'm saying? We're not able to 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 to, to do that. We're not able to pay everybody the amount of money to where they live their life lavishly or comfortably. You got to do what's best for you. So,
mm,
so to me, to put the onus on the owners is kind of ridiculous because we have our own families. We got our own situations. And again, Jerry Jones owns the Dallas Cowboys. He's a billionaire. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He can afford to pay players that much. They have Nike sponsors. They have support from Reebok, Nike, Adidas, Coors Light. Fucking $1 billion corporations. We don't have that. So for people to think that we're supposed to sit out here and do whatever, that's crazy. Now, because of these battle rappers, battle rap can make you some money. But at the same time, it's like, however you invest your money or however you invest your time into getting money, whatever work, whatever education you do, whatever you do, that's on you. I mean, Real Deal could be going out there again and doing what he does, but he has a job. He's a teacher. But it seems like when it comes to minorities, having a job is this.
Mm,
So it's just weird. Like a white rapper from the grind time era could have a job, nobody cares. But if you say Hitman Holla, and you work as, and somebody said Drake Dennis is a teacher, and people laugh. Shit, nigga, they get the summers off, they get paid good, and they're probably part of a good shit.
yeah.
I think society and our own people kind of trigger these incidents from happening. Like, you don't got if you're a rapper and you got a job, you're a failure. But if you're white and a rapper, he's just take care of his family. That shit makes no sense to me.
Mm.
I think people got to stop looking at it from such a corny ass perspective. And, you know, and I think that's like a big racial divide in my opinion. I think you know that's that's what we glorify. You know what I mean? We
Mm.
a lot of the ignorant shit.
It's like when people dissing Mike P, or like, oh, you work at Costco's, or they hit him with the Costco lines and shit.
So what? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. Like I never, but a white guy is not a problem. Like no,
Yeah,
it be, but let it be fucking Hitman Holla
yeah.
or fucking Clips or oh, you're not a real nigga. This would be like, nigga, that's dumb as shit. Like, but I think a lot of that pressure adds to a lot of these people's decisions. Oh, I can't get a job, nigga. I'm Big T.
Mm,
I can't get a job. I'm New Jersey twerk.
mm.
Nah, nigga, you better get a job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
it's bugged out.
What advice would you give battle rappers who struggling pursuing their dreams in battle rap, hoping to get paid for their talents, but the money's just not there yet in battle rap? Like, what advice do you give the future stars of battle rap, thinking that they're just gonna come in and get paid right away?
I mean, even if you're getting paid off battle rap, there's other things that you can do. Like, I think Averb is one of the most intelligent people with his money. Hollow the Don, even Hollow makes a lot. But like a lot of these guys, if you invest your money well, a lot of these guys don't live in New York City where rent is fucking $1,800 for a one bedroom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've seen John, I've seen a lot of guys invest their money, get houses, invest their money into something that can bring back stuff. And I feel like a lot of these guys will get a check to pay a phone bill and go buy a half a pound of weed and smoke it all. Like, you got to think your priorities. Like X Factor is one of the greatest examples of battle rap. A legendary battle rapper. He makes about 70,000 a year. He has a job, and guess what? He's still battle rap. That makes money off this shit.
Mm.
These are examples that we got to follow. So when people say you're not a real nigga for having a job, that's just get a fucking job. Oh, nah, battle should be supporting you. No, nigga, we not. You're not even supporting us. When we do
Mm.
pay-per-views, we get a million views of a battle and nowhere near a million buys.
Mm.
So if you want us to support these guys, then support what we do because that's the only way that's gonna happen.
That's real.
So like, I laugh when I hear these people bitching and shit. No man, they gotta eat. All right, they gotta eat, then whatever. But
Mm.
I just think us as peers, like I always try to lead them in the right direction. Go leave your job. I mean, don't worry about getting 3,000 or 4,000 for a battle and hanging out. Money runs out. You need
Yeah.
something. I've gotten $7,000, $8,000 in a clip and still got a job. You know what I'm saying? Or 10,000 here. You just need money to keep going. You don't want to go into shit. So
Nah, that's real talk. Real talk.
for me,
Oh,
it's just being a grown ass man. Stop being a little boy.
get it however you're supposed to get it, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I don't judge people. I don't give a fuck if they work at McDonald's. You know what I mean? I don't care, whatever. But again, if you're gonna take that street approach, everybody knows when you get involved in the street, there's always a repercussion.
Hell yeah, you got Johnny Law looking at you.
Yeah, but again, it's bugged out when I see that shit. People be like, man, that's fucked up. Hey, you selling crack. You got caught with a bunch of grams of crack. What the fuck?
Yeah. And it's unfortunate too, because a lot of these dudes they're very talented, and for them to be in situations like that, man, there's a lot of people that look up to them in situations. So it's like it gets real unfortunate just for themselves, like which is crazy
It's
because
yeah, and it's true. And I look at it like, man, you gotta better yourself. Not put all your eggs in one basket. It's one thing if battle rap was the NBA or the NFL, when you're drafted and you have a multi-year contract when you're making X, Y, Z.
hmm
You know, NBA can do that because they got, like I said, billion-dollar sponsors. The NFL can do that because they got billion-dollar sponsors. Nike's not walking around talking about, hey man, let's get the Air Hitman Holler. You know what I mean? They're not doing that. So
um, I mean, also in that turn though, like you look at guys like DNA, K. Shine, who's making moves and taking it to other levels. You know what I'm saying?
and you know what's crazy? I think K-Shot, I think DNA is the best thing that ever happened to K-Shot.
Mm.
I'll be honest, and no shots at anybody, but DNA's a real good kid, man. He's been a great kid since I met him. I call him a kid. I'm older than him, but we're not that. When I met
Yeah.
DNA, about this is facts, and I hope he doesn't feel offended by what I'm about to say. Is he was a little dusty nigga, bro. Like I seen him, he had this fucking faded ass fucking hill figure shirt. I was doing this thing called Amadu's Corner uh, for um damn what DVD? I forgot what DVD it was. I apologize. Shout out to my man Craig. All Access DVD.
Okay.
From Long Island. And like I said, he showed up. He was real fucking. He looked hurt. He looked dusty. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was crazy. He had like a fucking like this faded ass hill figure shit. Like you can tell him like, yo, this nigga was not saying that DNA is a broke nigga or nothing like that, but it was.
Times was hard at the time.
Yeah. I love DNA. That's my brother. I would never play him.
Yeah.
And looking at the kid. I'm like, oh, this is like 17 years old. And then I seen him. I gave him my number. We kept in contact. Then I started seeing him do battles. Like, oh shit. And then
You said you started seeing him do battles.
yeah, then he started battling,
Okay.
and I would see DNA. We developed a friendship. Then he was doing some shit called Concrete Jungle or some shit like that.
Uh-huh.
We would go to like fucking Union Square, and DNA would just fucking battle anybody. Like I'm talking about, he would show up and he would fucking annihilate everybody. It was
At
crazy.
17?
Like 17, 18 years old, bro.
That's
I'm talking
crazy.
about middle park. You look at DNA like, look at this little fucking little bum nigga or whatever the fuck, young, whatever. And DNA would be there. I remember one time I was with Hands, and I was like, yo, Hands, this is my guy, man. This nigga's fire. Hands like, this nigga? But me and Hands laughing at this nigga. So I remember some guy with a ponytail. I don't remember who the fuck this guy was. And he wants to battle DNA. So me and Hands are there, and I'm like, Hands, he's going to smoke this fucking dude.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's going and he spits a verse. He's getting this crowd amped up, whatever. So I'm like, yo, D, kill this nigga. My nigga, DNA goes crazy. And I'm talking about freestyle. Everything over there. He's going down from the nigga's shoes to his hat to his socks. Smokes him
So
like
he
crazy.
so he was always killing dudes with the freestyle like that crazy. Like
DNA is the greatest freestyle rapper to ever live. Ever.
okay. Okay.
Hands down. He's top five to ever do it. DNA is arguably the most amazing battle rapper I've ever seen in my life. I'm
Damn.
not even gonna like DNA's ability is great. Like people talk about hollows, rebuttals, and flips. DNA can fucking he'll sit right in front of you. He can tell me, "Yo, battle this nigga right here." He'll come up with 3 rounds in like an hour.
Damn.
He'll be able to rebuttal. Like DNA is the Rain Man of battle rap. Like literally, he really
Yeah.
is. It's crazy, and I used to see him. And I was there with fucking Hands, and Hands was like, "Yo, this nigga's crazy." And to see him really get to the level he's at now, the ESPN shit, I felt like I'm not gonna say like a proud dad, like a proud brother, a proud family member to see him, on ESPN and doing what he's doing, and to take K Shine with him. That I mean, not saying he took K Shine with him, but I think DNA is an excellent
He was a good
influence,
influence? Yeah.
yeah, on Shine. Like I said, I don't really know Shine personally. I think Shine's a good kid. I think he's a great guy. You know what I mean? But I think DNA kind of opened his eyes to doing more and kind of really maximizing his potential. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, I mean NWX alone when they teamed up, like they literally took the whole 2-on-2 thing by storm, and they created the whole like just the team now. Like NWX is a strong team within the culture now.
Yeah, and I love that DNA has always been a good good dude, humble dude, and like I said, to see him do that is dope, man. And actually see him and like bring K along and bring Shine along and see where Shine is getting to now. A lot of times some people just see one thing until somebody opens up their eyes to the others. And I think DNA is one of those guys. And like I said, I watched it just like a fan. Like when I seen DNA, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like it made me real happy. Like I'm one of those guys that to see where DNA's come from. A lot of people don't know. He hasn't had the easiest life. D is just like I said. He's to me he might be the best example of a battle rap ever.
I
And
agree.
people always look at him like a young boy. They should not respect him. And DNA fought through. Like there was nothing that DNA was not gonna fight through. You know what I mean? Like DNA really, and that's why I think DNA is always gonna win. I mean because DNA doesn't quit, bro. Like you're never going to get rid of DNA. You're either gonna accept them, and to me, you got to put them in the top 5 greatest athletes
Yeah.
ever. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people say the moves and this and that, but honestly, me personally, I think DNA is above moves in battle rap.
Mm.
That's just me personally.
You think
Um,
DNA is above Mook? He's like been done more transcending type things.
I think DNA is the new version, the the new, like DNA is like a cross, man. I can't even explain it. Like people
Yeah.
don't give DNA the respect, but DNA is probably the most accomplished battle rapper of all time. I'm talking about
Damn.
like he's done everything. Like what hasn't he done?
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? And you got to tip your hat off to DNA, man. Like
real
I
talk.
fun whenever I see him. You know,
Real talk. There's another segment I wanted to get into, man. This guy, man. A lot of people been wanting to see him back in the ring. Murder Mook recently came out with a blog saying he has an asking price package battle deal. You know what I'm saying? And he's getting paid like 200,000 plus for a bunch of battles. What's your thoughts on that, man?
good luck. I mean, the problem with doing a package deal is this. It's like the Loaded Lux effect. When Loaded Lux was battling not so frequent, and all of a sudden his value was crazy. But once you got to see him more, kind of see more kinks in his armor, and his value kind of decreased. So let's say you're paying Mook 50,000 a battle. If Mook gets his ass smoked, his value drops. He's not worth 50 no more. So it's not really worth that because the more he exposes himself in battle rap, it's the least people are gonna want to see him. I would never do it.
Mm.
Not no fucking $200,000 just fucking on drugs. Um,
At
I'm not.
200,000 is too crazy.
Yeah, that's just basically trying to cash out on the culture, man. Like, I mean, I don't know how many battles he's talking about, but he's
Uh,
probably gonna see something like three.
I thought it was something like 60,000 a battle or something like that.
It sounds good. You know what I mean? I just don't believe in it. I think that's. I love Murder Mook, but we've done great without him. I love his ambition. I respect what he's done. But no, that's. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know exactly the numbers of what he's talking about, but I definitely want to see him Hollow kick his ass. But at what price?
You want to see Hollow kick his ass?
I mean, to me, Hollow's the best ever. So
Okay.
you know, what I mean, I feel like the only person who can see is Hollow. Like, there's no other matches you want to see. Why would I
Mm.
fight him for 5 battles when the only person I want to see is Hollow?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who else would you want to see Mookie against?
I
Maybe
mean,
Matt. I don't know if people still want to see that. Um, I
I
don't.
mean,
Who? Clips? I don't want to see that.
recently John,
No,
people, you don't want to see Mook and John.
no.
So if Mook gave you the 5 deal package deal, you know what I mean, and said, "No, if you got the deal, I'll give you these 5 battles." Only Hollow's the only person you can see putting in front of him right now.
That's the only person I want to see. I mean, who the fuck else?
Nobody. There's no new guys you see that could test them, or you know what I mean.
It's not. It's not about testing him. It's just the storyline. Like,
Okay.
I don't think. I think Mook has a style that can't be seen too much. It's not a style that you can see repeatedly. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those once a year, maybe type of things. I can't see Mook battle 5 times in the span of the year. I couldn't even name 5 opponents. I don't want to see him versus Calico. I want to see him versus Hollow.
Mm.
And I don't want to see another Lux battle. Um, no, I don't know. I mean, who do you want to see him against?
Surf.
Okay, yeah, Surf. Which I was the one that brought that up, by the way. That was all me. Surf. You remember that?
Surf. Yeah, yeah, that was a good one right there. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Surf, Hollow. Who
Surf
else?
Hollow. Who else you could throw at Murder Mook right now?
That's what I'm saying. They got to be creative. I mean, I think the battles could be creative, but there's not a bunch. Like, for instance, Canelo Alvarez. You want to see him against Triple G. You
Yeah,
want to see him against a couple other guys. You know what I mean? But I might want to see him against McGregor, whatever the fuck his name is.
yeah,
Like there's guys that I might want to actually. I mean, even though he's gonna kill McGregor if they fight, but like I don't see a bunch of names that
yeah.
Mook battle. I don't want to see Mook and Serious Jones too.
Mm.
I mean, maybe Mook and Math,
Mook and Math.
but I don't know. Like, who knows, man? Like, No.
I mean, like you're right. We probably need a McGregor type dude to come at Mook to make us want to see the fight.
Yeah, like, I got to talk shit to Mook to see more people. But I personally, right now, I don't know
Now,
anyone I would see want to battle. Mook has a different. He has a very distinctive style.
now, if you had, if URL did get a sponsor that was willing to put the money up, or putting that type of money up, where you could give Mook that money, but you probably would have to underpay a lot of the other battlers. Would you rather just throw a crazy event and use that money and not book Mook, or would you book Mook and just kind of pay the other battlers a little bit less?
What is
You know
the
what I'm saying?
benefit of paying Mook that much money if you're not getting the same back? If I give Mook 50,000, that means Max should walk out with 75. I should walk out with 75.
Okay.
There's no other fucking sport in the world that the artist makes more than the fucking owner.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If I invest 50,000 for him, then I should be seeing I should be seeing 5 to 6 times the amount.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, then that's just being honest. That's business. What kind of business is it where artist leaves with all the profit? You think Bob Arum, when he set up De La Hoya's fight, was walking out with $1 million? No,
It's
I'm
for
not
the
being
culture,
honest.
though, Norbs. It's for the culture. That's what they're gonna say. It's for the culture.
Fuck that. You gotta feed your family. That makes no. If it's for the culture, tell Mook to battle for free.
Okay.
Oh, it's not for the culture for Mook.
Yeah,
What the fuck does that mean? Oh, it's for the culture, but Mook gotta get paid.
yeah, okay.
He's gotta do everything else. It makes
Yeah.
no fucking sense. That is the stupidest thing, and I hate when people use for the culture. When people use that, they're the most full of shit people. All just throwing battles for the culture. No, nigga, you like the camera. You think you can make money off of this shit, and you like people fucking stroking your ego. I never want to. I hate when I hear that. I hate it.
Mm,
It's the biggest. It's the biggest thing to hide behind. I'm
mm.
doing it for the culture. Suck a dick.
What's a fair asking price then? If Mook was to come, like, what's a fair price? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what's a fair price. If I invest 50, I want to see 250.
Also, if you invest 50, you want to see 250. Okay.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like nobody. You're not gonna pay fucking $100 million to a franchise and get $2 million back. That makes no
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like smack.
So if Mayweather made 200,000, whoever promoted it and did everything at Kane, they made 1 billion.
If Mayweather's walking out with two, remember Mayweather's actually promoting it as an owner as well.
Okay. Okay.
So like people don't realize Mayweather, yes, he has a purse, but he's also promoting it as an owner.
Oh, that's
You
why
know,
he makes the extra money.
yeah, like he's a very intelligent individual. I love Floyd,
Mm,
but at the same time, it's like I mean, business is business. Nobody does business so he give me a pat on the back.
mm,
I don't want a pat on the back. Yo, you could have created a bet. How about you put some money in my pocket?
okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I think some of these battlers they feel like, oh man, you got 1,000 people in there, I was getting 100,000. You could at least give me 50. I'm gonna give you half the door. That's crazy. So I think you know it's crazy, bro. It's really crazy. So, it, it, I would love to do a Mook Hollow battle. You know what I mean? But again, it has to make sense.
Um,
It can't just make sense for Murder Mook.
like Mook was recently on Flip the Script, with Queen's Flip, saying that battle rap wouldn't exist if it wasn't for him. What's in your opinion? Is that true?
My nigga, like that's a very arrogant statement to make. Um, Murder Mook wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Smack. How about that one?
Hey,
Is that not true?
some may say that.
You know what I mean? That shit makes no sense. It's a I understand why he says what he says. Mook is a master promoter of himself. No, I'm being honest. Like I admire Murder Mook. You know, to me, like I said, I admire Murder Mook in so many different ways. I never thought his resume was great, but if you talk to Murder Mook, he'll sell you. He'll sell water to a well. Um, he'll tell you he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You know, I don't really think his argument has the legs to stand on, but Mook will sell it to you, and Mook will have a million people believe it. So his value as a battle rapper is extremely high. Don't get it fucked up. But to say something like that is ridiculous. Taking a lot away from a lot of people that have actually created. Not to mention, we didn't have a battle with Murder Mook for Summer Madness 2, and you know, we've had one battle with Mook, and we've gained damn near 1 million subscribers. And that wasn't because of Murder Mook.
Mm.
I mean, and if you remember that event, the biggest impact from that event was Lost in California.
Yeah, I remember.
So it's like, that's a very bold statement. Keeps your value very high. Again, he's the best marketing team he can ever have. He's a great promoter. He does a lot of things great, but to say that is blasphemy. To be honest with
Mm.
you, crazy. To be honest with
Who made the biggest impact on battle rap? Murder Mook
you,
or Cassidy?
Mac,
No, I'm talking about as a battler. You know what I'm saying? Murder Mook or
Mac,
Cassidy? Smack?
Smack,
Smack still made the biggest impact.
Smack. Without a
What?
doubt, without Smack, you wouldn't see half of this shit. You wouldn't see fucking. No offense to like Method Man or nobody. You wouldn't see a battle show. You wouldn't see
Okay.
fuck. You wouldn't see LL Cool J lip sync battles. You wouldn't see fucking a Wild Out. You wouldn't see Wild Out back on TV. You
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't see none of that shit if it wasn't for Smack, and that's a fact.
Yeah,
People
that's
can
real.
say what they want, but that's fact. If I'm gonna say made the biggest impact on battle, it's not gonna be Mook or Cassidy. It's gonna be Smack.
Mm.
Period. Period. It's not even debatable. Smack is the reason that it's on TV now. Smack is the reason why people are selling pay per views. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not gonna say Cassidy or Mook, but if I had to pick between them two, it's definitely gonna be Mook.
Okay.
But the reality, it's Smack.
Okay.
It's not even a question.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Look where battle rap is. When battle rap was on MTV, was it as big as it is now? No, until Smack created the URL. Now you got venues. Now you got fucking billionaires wanting to invest.
Mm-hmm.
Not wanting to steal your legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all Smack. That's nobody else.
Mm.
Because if you look at it, these battlers have went other places and not created the same impact. But Smack does. I'm just saying.
No, real talk. Real talk. You guys just had a sold out event. Two this year, Gnome, and then Summer
Actually,
Madness 6.
actually, we have 5 sold out events, but
I mean, I'm talking about Irving Plaza. I mean, you guys been selling out all year. You know what I'm saying? And we want to get technical. But Irving Plaza, the 2 million, and you guys only had two at Irving Plaza this year. So both of them was very successful, two sold out events. Summer Madness 6, man. What was your thoughts on the event? You know what I'm saying?
I thought me and Michael Hughes did an amazing job on the pay per view.
Yeah, salute to that.
Shout out to my bro Michael Hughes. Nah, but I thought Summer Madness 6 was dope. I thought it was the best and most competitive Summer Madness. Um, I thought a lot of Summer Madnesses, there was a lot of one sided battles. I think this event there was fights, there was more fights. A lot of new guys on there. A lot of first timers. I thought it was a great event. I think it was the most competitive. I thought it was better than Summer Madness 2 and possibly bigger.
Mm. Mm.
Being honest.
Did you get a chance to really enjoy and watch the battles? 'Cause I know you always working, and it's never just you can't just sit there and watch the battles.
You know what's crazy? When I'm doing the stream, I get to watch the battles more, so that's good.
Okay.
I was able to watch some of the performances. I had a good time. Like it felt like back in the days. It felt like Summer Madness 2. I really felt, it felt good. You know,
Okay.
see, a
Uh,
lot of people are happy about it. I thought Hollow and Tay Rock lived up to the hype. Uh,
mm,
you know, I thought overall it was a great event. To be honest, I think a lot of people feel that way.
mm. Did you feel like the oh well you said you thought it lived to the hype. Do you feel like Hollow exceeded your expectations or he just met them?
No, I think Hollow was great. I thought a lot of the shit that Hollow, I think he exceeded what I expected, and the reason being is because I felt like that was a very pro Tay Rock crowd, and I felt like they were waiting to boo him at any time. They didn't want to fuck with Hollow. Hollow made them fuck with him.
Yeah.
That's why I think it was one of the greatest performances I've ever seen because it's hard to keep a crowd from booing you when they want to boo you. And they wanted to boo Hollow. And I thought Hollow was great. And I thought Tay Rock was great. I thought that was a great Tay Rock. I just thought Hollow was just, you know, to be able to beat a great Tay Rock where they want to see Tay Rock win is very impressive.
Mm.
And I think Hollow was extremely impressive in that battle. A lot
Um,
of people saying that was crazy.
do you think Rock kind of launched himself into the conversation for GOAT status after this
Um,
battle?
I think he's gonna go down as one of the greats. Goat, no. I think Hollow's the goat, but I think he's one of the greatest of all time. Absolutely, but I don't think he is the greatest of all time.
Okay, okay.
I think there's a lot of boxers that have had great performances, but will I put them in front of Floyd Mayweather? No.
Mm.
I think same thing with basketball players. There's a lot of basketball players that have had great careers. Would I put them in front of Michael Jordan? No. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't take away from their greatness. But to be considered the greatest of all time, yeah, you got to be real special. And I think he is one of the greats. But to be the one, no, he's not the one.
Okay, okay. Um, the pay per view issues. We heard a lot of complaints about the stream and stuff like that. And the first thing I want to ask is, are pay per views here to stay, man? Because it seems like people are really loving just being able to get it right then and there and stuff like that.
I mean, everything is based upon how many people support it. And if you really support it, spend the money. Spend the money on brown and black culture. Stop spending on $350 Gucci belts when they complain that they have no money. Stop spending it on $400 Jordans off the market. Stop spending it on Louis Vuitton bags.
Yeah, the Margellas and Periolis and all that good stuff.
Because I go to events and I see niggas wearing shit that's about $600 a piece, and they complain to spend $30 for it. I see people online flashing money in weed, and they won't spend $30 on a piece. So if you want it to grow, stop being your own worst enemy and support. What's $30? You know what I mean? Like, and it's just sad when you see these motherfuckers and they won't spend a dollar. I flew in a friend at the Summer Madness, and the reason I flew him in was because, you know, he's not the richest guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he had a situation to where, his lights were cut off and he's not that rich and all that stuff. But you know what he did? He went out and bought the pay-per-view,
Mm.
to support because this is what he loves. And I respected it so much and I appreciated it so much that I flew him into the event. Everything, hotel, everything, out of my pocket. I didn't have nobody pay nothing.
That's dope.
You know what? Because you gotta appreciate that shit. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of these cats, a lot of these people don't appreciate what we do and how hard we actually work. So
Nah. Just with the pay per view, how does it really work? Because sometimes it's better than others, and you know what I'm saying. What's the science by having the best streams for your audience?
I have no fucking clue. I really have no fucking clue how any of that works. I just want it to be as crisp as possible. You know what I mean? That's a technical question. You gotta ask Chico. Chico's a technical guy. But whenever
Okay.
the stream's fucking up, just at URL TV and say, Chico, what the fuck's up with the stream? I
Mm.
have no clue when it comes to that shit. And it drives me fucking crazy when I see the complaints. Happen?
No, no, no. That's crazy because a lot of people when they get those events, man, they'll go crazy. You
You
know
know
what I'm
what's
saying?
crazy? It be the niggas that bootleg this shit that complain about the stream. Yo, man, I can't see my free stream. Niggas won't wear bootleg Jordans, but they bootleg everything else.
Yeah, 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 right. Like, oh, yo, and that's another thing too, man. With the streaming, it seems like it could cause a lot of problems because I seen, a lot of people will stream it and then they'll record it off of their Facebook. or something like that, or you know what I mean? Like, does that like how do you guys prevent stuff like that? Because I know that probably drives that nuts.
It used to drive me crazy. I used to get upset because the same people that smile in your face are the same people who screaming it. And I just learned none of these niggas is your friends. I don't even want to dap niggas when I go to events now.
Mm,
Especially the fact that I know them, because I see them, they bootlegging and shit. And it's just like, you just might as well take money out my daughter's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Or my
mm.
mouth. It's just like, it's very disrespectful. I know a lot of people be like, man, yup. Like, my nigga, it's disrespectful. You know what I mean? That's like me coming to your job and skimming your check. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You don't deserve the full fucking $400 maybe. Let me take 200 of it. You know what I mean? It's just corny as back, bro. Like, and again, it's our culture that doesn't support. Everybody else in the music industry is thriving. Fucking country music, rock is thriving. Guess what? Hip hop isn't, my nigga. Who fucking watches hip hop? Us.
Everybody though.
Yeah. But something that's more white based, they support each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, my nigga. Like,
Nah, nah. I
I didn't know
mean,
music was big till I went to Texas. Fucking guys are God. I don't know who the fuck these guys are. They go
yeah.
crazy. But they're selling out fucking stadiums, Dallas Stadium, and people go buy tickets and buy their merchandise, and they do this and do that. We don't support each other.
Now that's I mean, but for battle rap being what it is though, there's a lot of supporters too, man. Because when I go
But
to these events and they get sold out,
let me tell you this: there's a difference between supporters.
uh-huh.
Supporters are people that pay,
Okay.
and then there's people that say they support because they watch your shit. There's a big fucking difference. Very big difference.
Yeah, like I gave you that view. I gave you that view, Norbs.
Nigga, no, nigga, I took it out of you for free just now. And it's crazy. You be like, 1 million people watch this shit, and maybe, let's say, less than 1% buy the pay per view. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's sickening.
Mm.
Imagine that. You know what's the percentage? Let's say if you got 2,000 pay per view buyers. I'm just saying, and 1 million view battle was watched. You know what the percentage of that is? It's less than like 0.1%, man.
Mm.
That's embarrassing.
That is crazy. I
You know,
mean, yeah. Okay, I guess maybe the culture's just been used to getting everything. You know what I'm saying on YouTube for free
don't
for so
understand
long.
hip hop culture, bro. It's fucking Dolly Parton and fucking Tim McGraw ain't fucking culture.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's only us.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Um, Now I want to talk about this traffic card, man. It's just the URL West and what you guys are doing in traffic, man. Which is like it's looking like one of those big time cards. Like it ain't just like y'all really putting on this one right here.
We put on the whole year, man. It started from January 1st to now. We have an incredible team. You know what I mean?
Frogs, nigga. All my wrists is frogs. All my